more than 4 bedrooms.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and in the long run, we might end up getting our grandmother, because I'm not gonna lie, like my grandmother. Yeah, she came down last Tuesday, so she's been down here for almost a week tomorrow. She flew down with my nephew. Those two were there while me, my sister, and her Brandon been packing for like half a week. Yeah. The drive was crazy. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't drive the moving truck. I should have actually did that. That 13 to 14 hours, because we took breaks that lasted for like 2.5 hours. We did rest at certain points, because when we were going through Virginia, it was raining bad. So we had to take rest breaks because my sister couldn't see anything at all while driving. Yeah, dude, the rain was bad. And to make it worse, my sister was like keeping a pace so that Brandon doesn't lose my sister, because he lost us a few times. He caught up, but we lost us a few times. And yeah. Like, had we left at 5 a.m. like our original plan, we would have been there sooner and would have had enough time to actually take stuff out of storage the next day. But we was packing the truck from 6 p.m. to 1:30 in the morning.
You can keep that.
Yeah, and we only took an hour.
Well,
break.
I'm not gonna say that I'm not probably gonna be going through that similar similar thing in the next year or so.
Me and my sister both agree that when we move this time next year, we're getting a moving company. I'm not doing this shit by ourselves anymore. I'm not doing this by myself anymore. Like, I'm too exhausted from doing all that. I'm definitely paying. Like, we both agree that we're gonna get a professional moving company, and we are gonna have them move everything and pack everything for us. We are not doing that again.
Well, I mean, yeah, like I would say, yeah, that's probably a smart idea. But like, if you ain't got the money to do it and you have to do it all yourself, it's not fun.
Yeah, dude, this house, I think this house's rent is, I think we have a 1-year contract, and yeah, I believe we have the 1-year contract, and the rent is I think $2,300 a month.
I mean, well, it's not bad considering it's a house, not anything else, right?
Yeah, and the fact that there's going to be like 4 or 5 adults here, like the only people names that are on the list is my mom. But if we have like 4 or 5 people working, then 2,600. We just spend like 500 or 600 each. It's probably less if it's 4 of us, then it's like around 600. If it's 5 of us, it'll probably drop down to like 550, 450. I feel like doing that. But yeah, if I'm remembering it correctly, it's like that. So
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by Clay laughing his ass off for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what video he's watching, but it has to be something crazy.
like, well, I mean, at least I'm glad you made it safely to where you're at. Like, I mean, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, also the great thing is like the rent is basically almost paying for itself because my mom decided to sublease it to a neighbor back in New York. So he's taking over the apartment, so he's like paying a good portion of our rent. So
Say what? No, I'm sorry. Not
yeah.
you.
Oh,
Well, I mean, so basically, her like the rent won't be nearly as like.
yeah. The rent won't be as nearly as high.
Stabby, stab.
So it's Gucci. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, like I didn't send it. I forgot to send it in the group chat, but I wanted to tell you guys, because my grandmother has like a pretty old TV, and there's this stand that I absolutely hated and I finally took the full stand off the TV. And when I took the stand off and went to put the screws back into the back of the TV, and I dropped one of the screws in the hole, so I had to literally unscrew the whole back of the TV just to get that one screw out, and it took me like maybe an hour, hour and a half, and it was so annoying.
Dude,
Because it was
fuck
just
off.
like, every time I thought I got all the screws, I ended up having to screw more. And then after that, I had to look for the screw. And after I looked for the screw, I had to screw it all back together again. And I was like, oh my god.
Oh, well, that's not fun. That sounds like a freaking. That doesn't sound fun at
Yeah.
all. Like I'm. This is a great farming location.
But I miss having carpet. I haven't been in a house or apartment with carpet.
I'm sorry. That
Well, not,
like.
well, yeah, years. Because the old house that I had before I ended up having to stay in New York had carpet. The whole house was carpet.
Oh my god.
I
Today was
absolutely
definitely
miss
worse.
carpet.
Today was probably one of the better days of my life. I ain't gonna lie.
That's great.
Well, like, so like, Thunderbits was being really nice to me, which is not uncommon. You know how she is.
Right.
Well, so I was talking to her, and she was looking at like Yeti cups and stuff, and I was just talking to her. And usually I call her Thunderbits because she's really bitchy. Well, like, like I was just talking to her, and she's like, I want to get this Yeti cup, and like she's got two of them picked out, and she says they're both all really cool, like really cool cups. And so I was like, why don't you just get them both? I mean, you're gonna buy them anyways. You're gonna buy them. I know you're gonna buy them because like you know how expensive Yetis are. They're like very expensive cups.
Yeah, they're very expensive tumblers.
Yeah.
Ridiculously expensive.
Well, like in our stores, like the tumbler, like the bigger ones, they're like $24. Whereas, like I was telling her, I was like, compared to like Ozark Trail, which is like the knockoff Yeti version that everybody buys because they can't afford Yeti. And I was like, the fact that we have them for $24, that's ridiculously cheap compared to most stores. So like, mind you, I'm sitting there, I'm talking to her, and she goes, oh well, I was like, why don't you just buy the colors you want? And like, she's like, well, I wanted to, and she was like, she's one of these people that like plans her clothing out like 3 weeks in advance. Like she's that meticulous. She's got to stick so far up her ass that she'll literally plan her whole outfit and her car. Like her cup has to match her car and her outfit. And I'm like, who can be that anal? But magically, there are people out there that are that anal. And I said, well, I mean, you know, you could always just make it match your outfit and not your car. And she's like, you know, you make a great point. I'm like, yeah. I mean, she's like, a lot of people do that. I'm like, I can't do it because I don't have I don't have fashion sense of fucking, like, what you see is blues and grays and browns. That's it. That's all you see. You don't see anything else because honestly, I'm too not adventurous enough to wear pink. And so, like, she's being nice. So I closed with my boss, and my boss is always like, it's a breeze closing with him because he's so nonchalant about everything. He doesn't care, like, about anything.
Right.
And so like Thunder Bitch is like, bye Josh. I'm like, okay, bye. So I was like, oh, ow, that really hurt.
It's crazy how nice she was.
Like, yeah, it like she was being like exceptionally nice, and I was like, why was she being so nice to me? She's like, she's always nice to you, Josh. And I was like, no, she's not. She's like, there's not. I don't call her this name for a reason. Like, she's fake nice, which I'd rather be real mean than be fake nice.
Yeah, man, just someone be like, she's not that bad.
Oh no, she's like. Have you ever seen that movie Devil Wears Prada with Meryl Streep? She's like that.
Oh no,
Look.
I don't think I have seen that.
Okay, well let's see. Cruella de Vil would be like what I would compare her to. She's like so, like she's not. She won't go obligatorily nasty to you, but like when she puts you, like when she says things, it always seems like it's a put down. So I hate sitting across from her in the office and talking to her. I hate it so much.
Right.
Like, she told me good job the other day, and I literally wanted to throw up. And I'm not joking. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, she's one of those people that, like, she is no, like, customers can see right through her fake niceness, whereas she'll sit there and say, she'll talk to me, she'll be like, she's like, Josh, I got a question for you. She's like, why is it that you are genuinely nice to people, and people can see right through when I'm being fake nice to them? I'm like, because people can see through it. It's not, like, me, I'm genuinely nice. Like, you come to my store, I treat you like, I treat, like, everybody, like they're gold. Like, I treat them with all types of respect. I don't go all, like, I don't kiss her ass or anything. I just like, hey, how you doing? And, like, one woman was like, I'm gonna write, corporate because she said that her kids they don't send her cards for Mother's Day or anything like that. They're not polite to her. And I was like, that's horrible. I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm like genuinely showing empathy. And, like, she'll sit there and she was, well, listening to me talk to this customer. And she's like, I could not do that. I could not be genuine when you say that. Like, when you're saying, I'm sorry that this happens to you, it's like, no, I'm like, it's because you have no soul, you crazy bitch.
Has no soul.
The bitch, you crazy bitch, you have no soul. Like, and then the thing that happened earlier, Chris, when I shot you that picture of this gaming chair that my neighbors left out in there, like, they, like, literally, they placed it right next to the fence, and I've been wanting them to place their freaking Sasquatch because I want to steal that. Like, because they have this like 7-foot tall Sasquatch thing, and it's like I want to steal that. Like, if they ever put that next to the like gate, I'm snatching that up really quickly because I'm obsessed with Sasquatch.
My neighbor was like that. One day I had to pick her up from work. And when I picked her up, she was like telling me how to like make it back, and I was just like, oh, I remember these back streets. And then like I saw a house, and she was like, Chris, you see that house? I was like, yeah. She was like, do you ever see those gnomes missing? Know that I stole it. I said, okay, plausible deniability. I did not hear this conversation.
Oh, speaking of gnomes, I kind of want to look at I missed that by a large margin. I really want to look at freaking garden gnomes that are horror movie villains. I'm definitely doing it. Me and my wife have been talking about. I might actually do that tonight. Actually, I might just download it, like subscribe to Amazon Prime just to get the freaking garden gnomes for like cheap. Get Michael Myers and start from there.
Michael Myers garden gnome? That's not a bad idea.
Oh, dude. Well, you know how obsessed I am with Halloween. Like,
yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm digging this game so much, so... Oh, yeah, by the way, I bought first Berserker because... I traded, in a couple games, and, like... I traded in a couple games, and, what happened was it gave me GameStop gave me $35 in credit. Well, I was wanting to trade in those couple games to get, what was it? I was trying to get cash because I wanted to put some money in my savings. You know, like I started building my savings up. Well, they were nonchalant games. They were like I beat Lords of the Fallen and that was done. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna trade that in, and if it drops in price and goes down to like $10, I'll buy it again. But like I was like, I really want to play first Berserker, but actually I went in there for Expedition 33 because you know I've been wanting to play that one as well.
Right.
So I wound up and I just went in there. I'm like, you know what? I had no money on me at that time. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go in there and trade in a couple games, and then like I get paid. I'm like, hey honey, checking with my wife about I checked with her and she's like, yeah, you can buy a game because you have money in your savings, right? And I was like, yes, I do. Hey, Marquavius, do you want to play some Rivals tonight, or no? You don't have to. I'm just asking. Okay, I did. Okay, was gonna like say, hey, let's play freaking Rivals. No, the other night you were bitching at me because I didn't play with you. No, I know you weren't. You know that, like, I would definitely game with you if I wasn't trying to irritate y'all, even though... Actually, I told you I was fucking trying to irritate y'all the other night. What the hell was with Lucille the other night? She's like, oh, yeah... did you stand up for me when Austin was trashing me? I'm like, I said that you're young and you make mistakes, like everybody does. That's my standing up for you. I stand up for everybody.
Oh, Austin and Lucille went through it last night.
Really?
Yeah. Austin and Lucille went through it again last night.
What happened?
I thought that what you said. Didn't you say that?
No. The other night. So I joined the party and I'm talking to Marquavius and I'm kind of irritating everybody. I was in a mood. I was bummed out kind of mood, you know. I was being overwhelmingly irritating. I'll just state it like, you know how sometimes, Chris, I act like a freaking goofball, just be an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so I'm in the party and Lucille's like saying, Josh, go eat a pillow type shit, and then she says like, well, did you stood up for me when Austin was bagging and ragging on me? I said you were young and you make mistakes like everybody else does, like when they're young and you make mistakes. And she was like, it seemed like she was being like overly like, you know, snippy. And I was like, okay, what's the deal here? Like, I didn't say anything other than that, and I said that, like, that particular moment when you were going through your shit, like, when you guys were going through that shit, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah. What you said was exactly what you said verbatim.
Yeah, exactly, and I said she's young and that she makes mistakes, like everybody does. And so, like, and I thought she was, like, trying to be, like, overly critical, like I didn't stand up for her, you know? Like I did. I actually did stand up for her, but it's in a subtle way. Like, it's like, okay, first off, you are young, and you do make mistakes, and like you all are young and you make mistakes. That's the thing is like I'm trying to be a better person, and it felt like she was just like being like very snippy towards me, and I was like, okay, what did I do to deserve that? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, are you saying that as a bad thing? I stand up for you, and I didn't stand up further for you. I mean, I do stand up for you, like. I like her as a person, I really do. And I know that her and Nicole have issues, and I don't give a fuck. Like, at all. I have no qualms with that shit. And I literally told Nicole the same thing. I'm like, I don't have a problem with her. I don't have a problem with you. I don't care. I try to be friends with everybody, you know? Like, I try to be more grown than most people will actually give me credit for when it comes to that kind of thing.
Right.
But she was just like, It just seemed like she was like, "Oh, I didn't stand up for her." Like she was being sarcastic, and I was like, "Dude, if you're saying that, then I did. Like I actually did. You know, I actually was trying to be kind to you. But you at the time when that was happening, you were not talking to me at all.
Yeah.
Because you thought that just because I'm Nicole's friend that like, and I,
You wasn't worth it, man.
huh?
At the time, because you were Nicole's friend, she thought you weren't worth a damn.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I think a lot of people will think that just because everybody says that you're the company you keep, but I am not that kind of company. Like Nicole's a good person and all, but she does have a tendency to irritate the shit out of everybody. She does have a tendency, and you could all say that.
Honestly, I'm thinking about it, now since you mentioned it, I don't think Nicole has ever irritated me.
She has a tendency to irritate people, like in like the most like obscure way. When I say obscure way, I mean like she has a tendency to, because, like like a southern when someone says southern things like, "Oh well, bless your heart" type of thing. Like you bless. When we say bless your heart, it's more like we're being insulting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more like, okay, this person's really special, you know?
It can be that sometimes.
Yeah, but like, I'm gonna say it in a non-patronizing way. Bless Nicole's heart. Like seriously, she does have a good heart. She is a caring person. She's very loving and very kind towards people. But I can tell from everybody else's angle, like if I'm being completely straightforward, honest, she can irritate the shit out of. She could irritate the shit out of a mouse, like she could. She could irritate like the shit out of a mouse, and she has irritated me. And I have popped off on her. I I broadcast, and I won't tell you I'm broadcasting. Like right now, I am broadcasting, and I'll tell her. I'll be like I was doing a broadcast, and she tried to save face after she found out I was doing a broadcast, and I'll be like, we were playing clowns, and she got stuck in a doorway because I was standing in said doorway. I was trying to move out of said doorway, but she kept getting me stuck in said doorway. She started popping off on me. And at which point I told her, I told Nicole, I go, "Hey Nicole, listen, I'm broadcasting and you really need to chill the fuck out." She's like, yeah, and I was being completely honest. Like right now I'm broadcasting and I'm not afraid to say anything because I'm being honest and I'm being my true self. So like, I'm not afraid to say anything. But when I said that to her, she got kind of like, she goes and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I apologize to your viewers." I'm like, there ain't a whole lot of viewers going on here, but in case someone does jump in the stream, you want to kind of like save yourself because I want to game with you in the future, and I don't want it to be that kind of thing. Like I don't want it to be a negative put down, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you straight up, I'll broadcast things, and you guys could be having you and Mark Wavius could be having a big ass fight, and I'll be like, okay, guys, chill. Like, you guys can chill. Like, but Nicole has a tendency to just like, I'll even tell her straight to her face, I'll be like, you have a tendency to irritate me. But do I love her to pieces? Yes. Not all friends are going to get along with each other 24/7, guys. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, if you're not being your true self, you're not being a good friend. First off, and I said something to my friend because I work with this guy. His name is Michael, and he's gay, and I consider him a friend because he's always been kind, decent, and respectful to me. And we were talking about his homosexuality, and he had told me, he said, he's like, not a lot of people are acceptable of me. And I said, well, I'm going to be honest with you. It is none of my business. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, I should not have an opinion what you do to make yourself happy. Period.
Unless it's touching kids.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying, brother. I said, what makes you happy, and that means if you're not hurting somebody and you're doing what makes your soul happy, I should not have an opinion about it. Yeah, like and we all accept you, Chris, and Marquavius for your homosexuality too. By the way. But no. I hear what? I'm like, yeah, I'm just fucking with you. Anyways, but no, and I told him I was like, dude, listen, as a friend of yours, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I should not, I don't have an opinion about your homosexuality at all, and I hope you respect that. And he says, it is not my place to judge your life at all. Period. I said, and he goes, why can't every person on the planet be like that? I said, I should
honestly, if every person on the planet was like that, racism and hate crimes wouldn't be a thing.
exactly say for so the party can hear you in the back. You know what I mean? And I was like, and I said it because, and I'm not a liberal. I'm not one of those tree hugging kind of guys. I'm comfortable with who I am. And I said, listen, man, you need me, I'm there. I'm a friend. I will be your friend, and I will always have your back, and I will always be honest with you. And listen, it is not my place to judge anybody on anything. Because I said, you know how many places I've gone and people prejudge me as a person? Like, just by the way I look? Just by the way I act?
Oh, yeah. I understand that.
And, like, some people just have this tendency to open their mouth and insert foot and not be their real selves. And honestly, I used to, like, as just working this job, I've really come to be comfortable with who I am and who I want to be towards everybody. Dude, you gonna come along? Come on. Yeah, but as far as like you can ask her, and like Nicole will be like, no, Josh and I are different. We don't disrespect each other at all when it comes to what we feel or what we say, because it's not really meant in harshness. It's more like we grew up in the 90s. We knew, like, hey, we can take off the gloves and not have kids' gloves.
Yeah.
Because you notice that, like, when we talk, it's like, oh. Like, it'll be like, oh, I'm just going to pick on Nicole. And I'll do that for, like, a good couple hours. And everybody's like, oh, you're being mean to Nicole. No, I'm not.
Yeah, to you, that's not being mean. To you and Nicole, that's just every day.
Yeah, it's every day. And, like, you'll be sitting there, and Chris, you've done it, and you've told me. And you're like, I'm having a day. I'm having a day, Josh. And I'll be like, okay, man, I'm not going to pick on you as much. And you've done it once or twice, and I'll be like, okay, dude, I'm not. You know how, like, you get to that wall where you're like, oh, I'm going to fuck with this person. But then I'm gonna stop because I can only fuck with them this much. Like an inch. Before it starts to get really pissed.
Right.
Well, yeah. The problem is, like, with this group in particular, especially with, like, JC and the Lucille thing and the Austin thing and all that crap, everybody takes it too far. And then, and then when somebody says something like, oh, well, you hurt my feelings, and then, like, they're like, well, he's just sensitive. And it's like, no, dude, he has feelings, man. We all do. Oh, wow, sorry, I didn't mean to stab you. I did mean to stab you. I totally definitely did mean to stab you. No, Chris, I know you bagged on this game, but this game is a lot of fun.
What game?
First Berserker.
Oh, I don't find it to be a bad game. I just I don't find it to be a bad game. Yeah, I just find it not my game.
I get it.
I mean, it wasn't bad. The fighting and the gameplay is actually really good. I very much enjoyed the fighting when I did do it. But I was like, in general, I was just like, it's not really for me.
Yeah, I get it. Well, like, so I was trying to find Exposition 33, but like GameStop sucks balls and they never have anything.
Yeah, it's because the digital market is starting to overrun physical copies. It's like you can get it at any time instead of having to go out your way to the store, and it's human laziness that's killing physical copies.
True.
Which I am actually like, I'm gonna get more games for my Nintendo Switch, and I made a decision that I wouldn't get any more digital games until I got to a certain level of digital games. So right now, I'm just gonna pick up physical copies, and the physical copies.
Well, from what I heard, that the Switch 2 is going to be like $80 per fucking game. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gonna be $80 for a digital game and 90 for a physical. I just it said that a lot of people were saying that Switch 1 games aren't gonna be compatible with it, which isn't true. Like Nintendo said that some games will not be compatible. So I mean, I'm getting the Switch 2 anyway.
Well, like the only reason I think I would get the Switch 2, and that's the only reason, and my wife was talking about getting the Switch because that way Lydia could play. She saw a Mario movie, right? And she really likes Mario. It's that way she can play Super Mario Brothers. That's the only reason we were going to get Switch, the first one. And the only reason I think I would get Switch 2 is to play Dust Bloods, and that's not a good reason. That's not a good enough reason to get a game system for me.
Yeah, that's not a good enough reason.
Like, I don't feel it's enough reason. Like, I used to do silly shit like that. Like I used to buy game systems like that, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm when I get the Switch 2, it's not gonna be right away. But when I get the Switch 2, I'm definitely going to see if all my Switch 1 games are going to work on it. And if it does, then you know, I'll keep playing it. And if they don't, I'll just play it on my Switch 1. So I'll like keep getting physical copies for Switch 1. And I don't think I'm gonna get any Switch 2 games. I don't think I'll do it.
Well,
I think I'll
and
just stick with it.
the high price is like, and honestly, this tariff shit's gonna fuck up the country anyways. So like, this tariff, all this tariff shit is fucking like. We were talking about it. Well, like, so my job, they've been pushing this credit cards on everybody, and they're like, you gotta push this credit card, you gotta get at least one a day, blah, 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 like all that crap. We got 3 this week, so we're doing pretty good. We just need to get 9 more, and we're done for the week. Well, actually, 8 more, and then we're done with the week. But, like, and the thing is, like, I found myself having, like, more level conversations with my wife, Jessica, and what happened was I was talking to her, and I said, because they're pushing this fucking credit card so hard. And the thing is, that's part of my job. I have to push this stupid fucking thing every fucking day. Well, right. So, like, I'm sitting there, I'm talking, and I was talking to somebody, and they had told me, well, hey, Josh, you push the credit card, but, like, you've been doing it for the past couple of days. What's going on? And I go, well, I've been trying to, and I fucking enrolled myself for the credit card. And it wasn't like I enrolled myself, but I had someone enroll me, but I enrolled for the credit card. So I get home, and I that's when the boss, Thunder Bitch, told me that I am doing a great job, and I wanted to throw up. Because it repulsed me to a molecular level that I had to be that desperate to get praise at work and to win, that I had to do something unethical for myself to do that. And like it repulsed me that badly that I had to be that desperate. So I told my wife, and I said, honestly, honey, I don't know why I did it, because we didn't even win. Like, we were 3 short of actually winning and getting the monthly thing done. And she had told me, she says, you should never have to feel like you have to do that, and the fact that you did was ridiculous. And don't, and I'm like, and I told her, I was like, I'm never doing that again. She's like, third time's the charm. And I said, I'm never doing it again. I walked in my boss's office today. I told him I'm never doing that again, ever. And I said, it's repulsed me. It really freaking made me sick. I hated doing it, and for y'all to put that much pressure on me to where I have to feel like I have to do it is unethical.
Right.
And he said, you shouldn't have to do that ever again. And you shouldn't feel like you should be forced to do that. If you feel like you should have to do that, then it's not worth it to do it. I go, okay, good. I'm glad I got your respect on that, because I really felt horrible when I went home when I did it. My wife she hates credit cards, so, and I don't blame her.
Yeah, I don't blame her either.
No, she hates them, and I canceled the credit card after I enrolled for it, and I told her the truth on that. I did that, and I told her that I was like, hey, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to hide this crap. I'm not going to keep it from you. I did something, and I felt horrible about it after I did it, and I was honest with her. And she still stood by me, and she says she has stood by me, and she was like, I appreciate you being honest. Like, she was actually being very understanding about it. Because I was like, because if you didn't tell me the truth, you'd suffer fucking immensely for that. I was like, I know. She's like, because I'm gonna find out eventually, and I'm like, yes, you will, because I can't keep secrets and I can't fucking lie. Like, I'm not joking. I can't fucking lie. I can't keep secrets.
They always figure out the truth eventually. You can keep it hidden from them for as long as you want.
Well, and I told her that, and she's like, well, and plus it fucks up your credit when you do stupid shit like that. I was like, I know, but my credit score is like a fucking 780, so like I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing better than Chris is. Like, and the bad thing is, so I told her that, and she's like, yeah, no, she's like, I just want you to feel like you don't have to do that shit. It's like, I was like, I don't care if I get fired if I don't get a fucking, like, if we need one for the month. I even told my boss this. I was like, if we need one for the month, it ain't gonna be mine. I'm not gonna be the one.
I understand that.
Yeah. Dude, what the hell are you watching? Jesus Christ, you've been snicked. Like, you only hear me laughing like that when I watch Key and Peele. That's honestly what happens.
Key and Peele is hilarious. Oh, right, you said podcast.
That's still the Joe Rogan experience. That guy's a fucking racist.
Cam and Peyton are best friends. They actually did a podcast where they did Cam did a competition. Well, Cam's wife competed against Peyton, and Peyton got like, I think 2 more answers than her. It was just like, she was like, I know, she was like, I don't want her to be more than you know him as a friend, and it's just like, it was like, that's not how a guy relationship works. It was like, guys know their friends more than their wives ever could. It was like, we might not remember your birthday, but we damn sure will remember things about you that you don't even know we know. Oh, really? How old is the kid? Like a year or 2?
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, he does.
Oh, okay. That's actually great. Congratulations to them.
Yeah. No, it's a good day.
That device.
Alright, unleash
You
soul
require
stones.
more soul stones to unlock more effects.
Okay, not in that one. Oh, let's see. I kind of want to sell some shit. I'm gonna go to the crevice. Teleport to the crevice. Yeah. So currently, like, yeah, that's basically what's been going on with me. Is like I'm dealing with a lot of crazy shit. So when I thought about like a herpes, no. Go ahead, buddy. Cool. All right. Okay.
It would be just like you and your aunt.
Oh.
Uh, what was it? Jaya or Jada? Oh,
Okay.
I thought you said I thought you said your grandparents had her and she was your aunt.
All right. All right. Can I say something? I'm gonna chime in on. So, I'll give you a little bit of food for thought if that's okay with you. All right. So I know this is like white, like the whitest thing you could ever hear. All right. So on my wife's side of the family, basically this is how it's go. All right. So her brother just had a new baby. Well, his daughter just had a new baby. So he's in his 50s. No, I think he's in his 40s. Yeah, he's in his 50s or 40s, and his daughter is in her 20s. Her daughter's son is named Leo, and his daughter, I don't remember, or his son, I think it's his son. Yeah, his son is like, so basically, like the newest baby is an uncle already before it was even born.
My God.
Yeah, not an uncle, but yeah, pretty much an uncle before it was even born. So like, you think about that. That's like a lot of logic thrown at you in just like a few brief seconds.
For real.
Yeah. So does that make you feel a little bit better or whatever? It's a thing. It's a thing, and it's gonna always be a thing. Like people are always gonna feel a little some type of way about that way. So I mean, I completely understand where you're coming from.
Okay, yeah, my little sister actually said that she's pregnant. So thankfully I'm the only one out of the three of us that doesn't have a kid.
Thankfully.
Yeah, I don't like kids. My sister doesn't really like kids. To be honest, had she known that she was pregnant sooner, she would more than likely aborted my
I'm
nephew
gonna
instead of
put
the
this out on blast. I don't like kids. I like my kids. I hate everybody else's.
Yeah, I love my nephew because he's my nephew. He's my older sister's son. And I'm not gonna lie, that kid makes it so hard for me to want to have kids. I love him, but
Like
he drives
I
me so much insane that I just don't want to have kids with him.
like I wish I could say that without sounding like a dick, but like I really like Chris. You've heard me talk on mic about my neighborhood's my neighbor kids.
Yeah,
Like I straight up do not like other people's kids. I don't. I just don't have the patience for that kind of shit. You know.
yeah,
Like I love my kids because I'm predetermined and have to love them because I'm their father, and I will always love my kids, not just because of that, just because like who they are as people, and like my kids light up my life. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not have the patience for other people's kids at all.
yeah. I don't have the patience for kids in general. I can't tolerate them. Like I I love my little cousin. I think he's 11 now. I think he's turning 12 because him and I are both in May. I think he turns 12 let's
Like
see.
I say that, and that makes me sound like such a dick. Like I hate everybody else's kids. No, I just don't have the patience for those kids. I don't.
No, you're good. You're not a dick. It's understandable.
It's it's not what you may think though. It's a lot of different things. It's like when I say that, and everybody's like, well, think about it, okay? You hear some of the things I say, and it's like when I say that, and I say it with like respect to other people.
Right.
Like I've tried being nice to those kids, and they are just rage-inducing, dude. And it's not because of what you may think. It's because I said it to somebody, and they're like, "Well, what do you mean by that?" I go, "Because when I say, oh, all right, well, I hate the way their parents treat those kids. So that's one thing I do hate. I honestly do. Like, how would you feel if you were brought up and you were raised to raise a child that's not even yours?"
Right. I would be absolutely infuriated.
Well, that's the thing. The parents do that. They make them do that.
Yeah, and it's messed up to do that to people because those kids are not your responsibility. They're their responsibility because they decided to have those.
Yeah, and you get the concept, right? Like, I'm sitting here explaining it to you, like, okay, that'd be like, all right, you walk over to my house, and I say, hey, man, how you doing? And you come over to me, and you're like, hey, Josh, I need some sugar. And I go, okay, buddy, I'll happily oblige you. I'll give you some sugar. All right, well, then the next day, you're coming over, and you're like, I need socks. So I'm like, okay, buddy, I got nothing but respect for you, but I can't do anything about that, right? So, like, I'm talking to these kids, and they're coming over here, like, with no clean underwear, no clean clothes, no nothing. And, like, they'll come over here, and my mother-in-law and my wife will feel like they have to... They're not being evil or mean or malicious in any type of way. But, like, it's not because they feel they have to. It's because, like, they'll talk to, these kids, and they'll be like, oh, where's your underwears at? And, like, the kid will be like, I don't have any clean underwears. And it's like, alright, why don't you have clean underwears? Like, well, my mom said she was going to do laundry, but she didn't get out of bed early enough to get it done. Like, okay.
Right.
And then I'm like, then my wife will or my mother-in-law will provide them with clean underwear. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay. Like, why the fuck can you not just, like, give your kids some fucking clean underwears? Like, that's not a fucking hard concept. Okay, I'm sorry, this new weapon is cool. Hold on, I'm gonna start up a share screen if I can.
Yeah, sorry, I can't join it. I'm right now fighting for my life on AC Shadows,
I got
and
a
I
new
might
freaking
actually end up
weapon.
dying.
Hey, Mark Wavies, can you check it out, man? Check out my new freaking weapon. It's a frozen, like, icicle spear thing. Yeah, okay. No, you don't have to get out of
Oh my fucking god! Oh my god, this game is so rigged. Imagine have this dude, he's about to die. Like, you
Oh god, this Twinkle Toes here is getting on my last fucking nerve.
Oh my
He's
god.
fucking me up. I know he is. He's fucking me up. Yeah, I know.
Y'all just getting fucked up. You should see me right now. That way is not meant for fights, especially getting jumped on like
no,
this.
like look at that
again,
fucking.
I'm like,
this is my new spear. Like I just found this today, and it's like, okay, this is cool. I like that. I'm sorry, this game. You gotta try it out.
there's a beta of Marcravia, so you can play that and give it a try. See what you think.
It's got attack damage of 107, proficiency scaling B. Like it gives you a lot of like health and like recovery and shit like that. It's a fucking beastly weapon. Because like the one I was using before, that one's got very less. This one's got a lot more. So like it's definitely gives me like extra endurance and shit. So this is definitely worth having.
Oh my god.
Fuck off, you motherfucker. Hell, my weapon's already making me stronger, so like... That was, the red thing? That is a parry.
Oh my god, game.
Yeah, this is like my new farming location, so...
No! Oh my god!
This game is so much fun, dude! I'm not kidding, I enjoy killing things. Like,
oh my god.
Like, the way... Alright, can I say, like, the way you guys talk about Monster Hunter Wilds is the way I talk about Souls games. Period.
Understandable.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, I'm so fucking pissed. I went through all that, man.
Ooh.
I got jumped by 8 people just
My buddy
to
platted that game, though, by the way. He platted it. Like, my buddy who just went into the emergency room today, he said he platted the game.
Oh, yikes.
He platted it. I swear to God, he told me, he's like, I platted Black Myth Wukong, and honestly, you should too. I was like, bitch, I am not that fucking desperate for fucking plats.
Yeah, I hope your friend is okay. You straight up just said your friend that went into the emergency room today like we knew.
He's one of my best, actually, I call him my best friend, because he actually is one of my best friends. His name is David. I don't know if I told you all about him. He is probably sitting in the emergency room right now. He had heart issues a couple months ago, and he had gone to the emergency room, and he had to have open heart surgery. Well, he had passed away on a table for 5 minutes while they were...
he was pronounced dead for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. For 5 minutes, he was dead. Like, he literally tried to revive him for 5 minutes. And so what happened was, he's been in rehab right now, and I wish nothing but the best for him. I tell him, like, you gotta live, because I'm coming up to Maine and I want to see you. So, like, you have to live, motherfucker. I'm coming up to Maine just because I want to see Maine, but I also want to see you too. So you better live. And I told him to promise me tonight, because he had told me that he got into the emergency room and he's having clot issues. So, like, he's like, when he has issues, he's going to the emergency room. And he is one of the kindest, most nicest people you ever meet. There are people that I can call my brothers, like, but he's actually one of the coolest guys, because he's sitting there. One time, I'll never forget it. I was running through a hard time, and I was working at a famous pharmacy that is literally shutting down stores all across the nation. You'll probably know what it is. It rhymes with PVS, and so. So yeah, and so I was having a hard time with working there, and he had bought me a game, and to cheer me up, he was like being nice. He's like, "Oh, I forgot to give you a birthday present, so I'm buying you a game," and he bought me a game. So, like, he was being kind. He did that crap all the time, and he's obsessed with horror movies. He's a devout Christian. He's a writer. He's also a director or a producer for horror movies as well. He's pretty cool. He's like one of the coolest people ever. And, like, I'm kind of worried about him, but if, like, you talk to him, you just, like, you feel at peace because he's so cool. Like, and he's a gamer, and he plays Souls games. He got me hooked into Souls games because he said...
Oh, right, he's the one that got you into Bloodborne.
No, it was actually Elden Ring.
Oh, okay.
I was, so the story was, this is why I play the games I do. He had said the comment when he says, he was like, "Oh, what game are you playing?" He's like, "Elden Ring. You wouldn't like it. It's a Souls game, and you're not into those. You like games with easy modes." Trying to troll me out. And I go, I was like, "You're a dick." I'm like, I was watching a trailer for Elden Ring, and I was like, you know what? I might give that a shot. Well, I was sitting there, and I was getting kind of cheesed off at the fucking little warriors who could one-hit me. You know, like, I was getting kind of pissed off.
Right.
And he kept saying, stay with it, stay with it. Alright, well, he took a break. Like, he was playing Bloodborne, or he was playing Elden Ring, and he had taken a break from Elden Ring. And he goes, you know, Josh, he's like, it only gets easier as time goes on. I was like, okay, I'm still fucking dying by getting one-shotted by a fucking guy who looks like he's weaker than me. So, like, I'm getting kind of pissed here, dude. And he's like, just keep at it, you'll be fine. Just level up your character at the near rest sites. And I was like, okay. So I started leveling up my character, and I started getting really invested into it, so I started beating Elden Ring, and I was beating bosses and hitting them, and I was getting really good at fighting the glitches and the soul farming part of the game. So, like, he comes over, and, like, it's getting to where me and him are getting at end games. Like, no longer are we playing a game against each other. Now I'm being like, dude, I'm beating the shit out of bosses and one-shotting them. And he's sitting there, he's like, well, he beats the game before me, but I haven't put more time into the game than he did. So it became like a friendly competition.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it was good. And then he's like, I'm not competing with you, Josh. Black Myth? Yeah, he platted it.
I'll tell you who needs to touch grass and get a wife and live a different life. All the guys that platinum every Souls-like game.
It's not difficult, but I get what you're saying. It's not difficult. I mean, it is difficult when you think about it, but, like, I'm never going to plat a fucking Souls game. I'll tell you that right now. Never. Never in a million years. I'm not that kind of guy. I know that for a fact. You know the requirements for playing Souls games. You know it. You know it when you buy. You know, like me, like, I started out with Elden Ring and like worked my way down the pipe. Like I worked my way down to Bloodborne. I played Bloodborne. I played all of the Souls-like games. I played Code Vein, and I still haven't played AI Unlimited. AI Limited. That's one I want to play, but I haven't gotten that far. And like it's just like I like it. I enjoy it, but it's a different. You didn't grow up in the same time I did, because when I grew up, Mario was challenging, and when you beat a Mario boss, you got that dopamine rush, and that was there.
Oh my god. Do you know, it's so sad to say this, but I find Pac-Man so boring now, because playing Pac-Man on the Game Boy SP was so hard, but now playing on PlayStation to where you don't have to use the D-pad all the time, it makes it so much easier to do levels.
Yeah, but if you guys are into religion and whatnot, pray for my friend for me, because God don't listen to me. So,
yeah,
like,
I'm not religious, but I hope he gets to live a longer life for the both of you guys.
Because I love this guy to pieces, and he's been through so much, and like, I mean, like, if I can get up every day like he does, and like, I worry about him every day too, like, because like, what happened was, so he was married for 20 years, and he found out that his wife had been unfaithful for like a year.
Oh,
like,
he's that friend.
Yeah. Like, he was telling me about it. He had found out, and he's totally chill about it. He'll be like, "Yeah, my wife is a shitting whore. I ain't gonna lie. My kids hate her too, so it's okay." I'm like, he'll sit there and say, he'll be like, "Are the kids still liking your ex-wife?" He's like, "Nope, they hate her." So you can say whatever.
I bet they do. Their mother absolutely betrayed their dad.
Yeah, and so like we were talking, and he was. It was one of those nights I was farming on Elden Ring, and me and him were on the game, and we were talking, and I said, and like he was in a party, he had been through so much already. Okay, bitch flip, and both you motherfuckers was totally worth it. His ex-wife jumps on the comm with him because we were talking with his son in the party, and I was just talking, and his son was his mom was there, and she's like, he's like, "Hey David, how are you?" And he's like, "I'm fine, thank you." And like he was just being completely cordial and respectful, like he always is. And I was like, "Oh, is that the cheating whore?" And like I said it was not even. And he's like, "Yeah, that's the ex-wife." And I go, "Oh, the cheating whore has a mouth, does she?" And his son's like, he's like, "That's my mom." And I go, "I don't care. Your mom's a cheating whore."
Well, she definitely was using her mouth, but not for the means that she should have been using it for.
And like he says, "Please don't say that about my kid's mother." And I go, "Okay, I won't. She's still a cheating whore, dude." And he's like, "I know, but we can talk about it, but do not say it in front of my son, okay? Because my son doesn't know how to react to her." And I was like his mom is a cheating whore. But no. So anyways, yeah. And I knew something was off with their relationship when they were, because at the time Battlefront 2 had just come out. And I bought it so I could play it with him. And I bought it just because I was enjoying the game and I really wanted to play with him. He's one of my best friends, like I wanted to play a game that he liked and I wanted to invest the time for it. Well, he was sitting there, and like we hadn't gamed in like a month or two, so I was like, "Dude, what's going on, man? What's up?" And he's like, "I can't game as much as I used to. Blah 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 blah. My wife will get pissed." And I was like, "Okay, well that sounds like a shitty reason to get pissed off." Like, I mean, come on, there's dumber things that a husband can do with his free time. Gaming is not like the dumbest thing ever. Like he could be cheating on you with like multiple hookers, and you can say nothing. So, I talked to him, and I knew something was off because she comes in and he's like, "Hey honey, how was your day?" And she's like, "Meh, my day was okay. How was yours?" Like all nasty and shit. He's like, buddy, I gotta go. I gotta talk to my wife. Sorry, I'll text you later, okay? I'm like, all right, bye. So I knew that right there was a red flag. And I was like, okay, why is she being so nasty to him? He's being nothing but loving and affectionate. And I'm like, well, you know who ousted him or ousted her to him?
The guy that she was cheating on him with?
No. So Life 360 is a thing, and so what
You said
happened?
what?
Life
You said
360.
what 360? Life 360?
Yeah. So what happened was his daughter. There was something going on with her phone, and like she was looking at her phone, and she's reading like what was going on her phone, and like what happened was like she was getting text alerts. And her mom had accidentally shared her text with her daughter, not realizing that these texts are going out to the guy, and the daughter seeing all of them. All of the texts.
Damn, she might as well just started a group chat between the three of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, so like she's talking, the daughter goes and she's like, hey, and he had told me this, she's like, hey, this is the thing, and he's like, then like he told me this, and he'll tell you straight up, and he'll be like honest about it, and I was like, okay, and he's like, my daughter had found it. From that point on, the daughter could not stand a mother at all. It was grotesque, and like he told me, he's like, yeah, she knew everything. Kate knew everything. I was like, what did you say to your daughter after that? And he was like, I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, that's kind of a hard thing to say. It's like, what do you say about that?
Like, I would not know what to say to my kid if my wife, like, my kid was like, oh, I found out mom was cheating on dad. Like, I would not know what to say. Like, I would not know what to say. But like, okay, honey. Clearly, mommy and daddy have to have a talk. Don't know why I threw it there, but whatever. So yeah, like, he's one of the greatest people ever, too, and he really did not deserve that. And if I were, like, if something happened to him and I had to go to a funeral for him, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm definitely lighting that bitch up like a Roman candle. Because I know there's two sides to every story. I know there is, but like, this person that I'm talking about is a wonderful human being. And he did not deserve that. Okay, I just bitch slapped that motherfucker. Yeah,
I hope he pulls through.
I do too, because like, he's a wonderful human being, and he does not deserve half of that crap.
Yeah. Yeah, he deserves a longer, better life than what you got.
True. Bitch, you going down, motherfucker. So are you. Fucking love this deflection. Alright, scout time. I got that drone. Yeah, I really do. And like I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm coming to Maine, and you're part of the reason I want to come because I want to see you.
I love that when you run over a bed of ice in AC Shadows, your character slides a little bit, trying to keep their footing.
That was gonna be another game I was gonna buy because I was really debating on buying that one.
I think AC Shadows is worth it. I believe that they've gone back to their old ways of the Assassin's Creed games that they got. Like, it still somewhat has the RPG aspect, but it is still the same Assassin's Creed that we know and love that's shown up before they started doing the RPG aspect.
I totally agree with like the logic. I just haven't like if they would have had that instead of this, I probably would have bought that instead. But that's just me being me. Because like this game was $52 and I was like 35. I had 35 in in-store credit at GameStop. So like so when I say that just
Right. I'm 100% gonna start eating more of my snacks. I don't want my mom and grandma thinking that they can finish my snacks off for me.
you know, finish them, brother.
My grandmother was already asking, like, my grandmother drives me insane. She eats all her snacks in like half a month, and then I'm still holding on to mine, and then she want to ask for some of mine. Like, no, I did. Like, I'm being honest. No, I don't want to share with you. Why do I not want to share with you? Because I want to keep my snacks.
How come I don't I'm grown, I don't have snacks?
I'm eating Lorna Dunes right now.
The device is still working.
Lorna Dunes last for a good bit of time. I've had those Lorna Dunes for like maybe half a year, and they're still good. And I also have Girl Scout shortbread cookies that got like maybe longer than the Lorna Dunes, and those are still good too. I finished them literally last week before I came down.
No, I bitch slapping you with shit.
I got like basically a convenience store. I got gum, I got Kit Kats, I got Fig Newtons, I got Lorna Dunes, I got M&M's, Raisinets, and my sister was gonna throw away my nephew's Sour Patch Kids, and I took it from
Throw
myself.
your sister away.
I'm like, why throw away perfectly good Sour Patch Kids?
I think you throw your sister away. That's just not right.
I mean, it's all good because, you know, I got it. I kept it from throwing it out. I took it for myself.
What's wrong with you, Chris?
I took the Sour Patch Kids for myself.
I think we should throw you away, Marquavius.
Sour Patch Kids are amazing.
Yes, they are.
Is it because of the sugar?
I don't think it's the worst thing ever to have Sour Patch Kids. I just think they're pretty good, actually.
Understandable.
Okay, what is wrong with both of you? Peanut butter is amazing.
Ew. Yeah. Peanut butter is just disgusting.
I think, yes, I think we should throw Chris away.
I be saying the same thing. No,
I think
I genuinely believe that it's the seasoning that I don't like, which is what it is, and And also on top of that, I don't really eat lettuce the way that I do. So like eating it with like burritos or tacos won't do that for me.
What are you talking about? Chris is lobotomy.
It's crazy how you said that, and I just saw a Instagram post that says label created. You have your package, and it says your package has been stolen. It shows a picture of the Kuliyaku.